Hello and good evening. You're watching Express News with me, Nancy Kohli. Let's take a look at the top stories of the day. India and Myanmar signed 10 agreements in various fields, including road construction, energy, education and health. The agreements were exchanged following talks between Prime Minister Modi and the visiting Myanmar president in New Delhi. Earlier today, the visiting Myanmar president along with the First Lady Daw Cho Cho paid floral tributes to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, at Rajghat. Myanmar president was accorded ceremonial welcome at the forecourts of the Rashtrapati Bhavan this morning. External Affairs Minister S.J. Shankar also called on the Myanmar president in New Delhi. The visiting dignitary is also scheduled to visit both Gaya and Agra during his visit to India. Amidst police presence, the people in Northeast Delhi stepped out to head to work and buy essential commodities today. The Delhi police have so far arrested 106 people and registered 18 FIRs in connection with the violence in the Northeast Delhi. Section 144 continues to be imposed in the affected areas. The borders of Delhi with Uttar Pradesh and Haryana are being especially monitored. The death toll in the violence in Northeast Delhi has gone to 34. Those who were injured are being treated at the GTB Hospital and Loknayak Jayaprakash Narayan Hospital. The medical superintendent of GTB Hospital updated the media on the patient care as well as deaths declared at the hospital. Continuous confidence building and policing measures are being carried out in the Northeast Delhi, and the police have informed that strict action will be taken against antisocial elements involved in violence. The police is also using drones to monitor the area. An all-community peace march was taken out in the Jafrabad area in Delhi today, where police personnel in large numbers participated in the march. Special CP Law and Order S.N. Srivastav interacted with locals in violence-affected Khajuri Khas in Northeast Delhi. He sought their views on what the police should do to make them feel secure and also appealed for maintaining calm. Meanwhile, roads in the violence-affected areas were being cleared today in Chandbagh, Bhajanpura and Khajuri Khas. Clashes broke out on Sunday evening between two groups near Jafrabad in Northeast Delhi after a large number of people who were protesting against the CAA blocked the road. Spokesperson of the Ministry of Home Affairs in a tweet said that as against cited the shortages of Delhi police personnel, there is adequate strength of the forces on the ground since this Monday. The tweet also mentioned that based on professional assessment, 73 companies of the Central Armed Police Forces have been deployed in addition to 40 companies of the Delhi Police. The situation is under control. The Delhi Police have released two helpline numbers. Those numbers are 011-2282-9334, 2282-9335 for people to reach out during distress and any information related to violence. People can also share details on the helpline number 112. The CBSE will conduct fresh examinations for students who are unable to appear for paper in the other parts of Delhi due to violence in Northeast Delhi. The CBSE has asked school principals to send the details to concerned regional offices of the CBSE. Board examinations scheduled for 28th and 29th of February in the Northeast Delhi and other affected areas have also been cancelled. The External Affairs Ministry has reacted on the comments made by the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom and sections of the media regarding recent incidents of violence in Delhi. The official spokesperson Ravish Kumar said that these comments are aimed at politicizing the issue and assured that law enforcement agencies are working on the ground to prevent violence. He also appealed that irresponsible comments may not be made at this sensitive time. Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said that the transfer of the Delhi High Court's Justice Muralidhar was done pursuant to the recommendation dated 12th February of the Supreme Court Collegium headed by the CJI. The minister has also accused the Congress party for politicizing a routine transfer. Congress delegation led by party chief Sonia Gandhi met the President Ramnath Kovind and submitted a memorandum over the wave of violence in Delhi. Former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, in his remarks to the media, said the Congress leaders called upon the President to convey to him that what has happened in the last 4 days in the national capital is a matter of deep concern. BJP leader Ashwini Kumar Upadhyay has filed a petition in the Supreme Court against hate speeches given by political leaders. He has sought the apex court to implement the Law Commission's report on alleged hate inflammatory speech. A special flight of Indian Air Force comprising crew, medical team and the support staff arrived today at the Air Force Station Palam, New Delhi from Wuhan in China. 76 Indians and 36 nationals from 7 countries were on board. The C-17 Globemaster also had airlifted approximately 15 tons of medical supplies to China as a goodwill gesture from the Government of India. The ITBP quarantine facility was made ready to receive Indian and other national evacuees from Wuhan in China. Thermal screening at the airport isolation bay was done by the ITBP team of doctors. All were taken to the ITBP facility at Chawla and they will be kept at the ITBP facility for requisite quarantine period. Indian nationals on board Diamond Princess cruise ship of Japan coast have also been brought back in a special flight. External Affairs Minister S. Shankar informed that Air India flight today landed in Delhi from Tokyo, carrying 119 Indians and 5 other nationals who were quarantined on board the Diamond Princess due to coronavirus outbreak. They will undergo a 14-day quarantine at the facility set up by the Indian Army in Manesar. The Embassy of India in Tehran has released emergency contact mail and helpline numbers for those who wish to inquire in connection with the evolving situation of the coronavirus infections in Iran. They may contact at the emergency contact mail as well as on the mobile number. Ladakh Lieutenant Governor Radhakrishna Mathur called on the Information and Broadcasting, Forest and Climate Change Minister Prakash Javadekar in New Delhi. R.K. Mathur discussed issues like the FM channels in local language for both Leh and Kargil districts, TV channels for both districts, importance of improving AIR broadcasting in border areas. They also discussed wildlife and forest cover in the Ladakh region. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh inaugurated the Kannada Nadabaha program organized by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited at the HAL Bengaluru complex. The Raksha Mantri said that country's economy is growing under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi and that the government will continue to work for increasing investments to strengthen the defence sector of the country. Union Minister and senior BJP leader Nitin Gadkari attended the Savarkar Sahitya Sammelan organized by the Savarkar Darshan Pratishthan at the Ambedkar International Centre in New Delhi. He said that world is divided into 2 ideologies. One group is siding with those promoting terror, while other group believes in tolerance and coexistence. New Zealand's Minister for Trade and Export Growth David Parker said at a FICCI conference that his country will look forward to bilateral trade agreement with India in case New Delhi does not join the China-backed mega trade deal, the RCEP. Nokia, in its annual Mobile Broadband India Traffic Index report, said that cheap data plans, affordable handsets, increasing popularity of the video services and 4G networks have helped average data consumption per user in India to grow to over 11 GB a month. Industry body Cellular Operators Association of India has sent out a distress signal to the government seeking easier terms for payment of statutory dues by telecom companies, including extension of the loans at lower rates to cover AGR liabilities, as also fast implementation of floor prices to rescue the troubled telecom sector. Extending its losses for the 5th consecutive session, the equity benchmark Sensex sank 143 points and settled at 39,745 as fears about the financial strain from the coronavirus outbreak continued to rattle markets globally. Similarly, the broader NSE Nifty plummeted 45.2 points to end at 11,633. Gold prices on Thursday rose by 78 rupees to 43,513 rupees per 10 grams in the national capital on positive global trend as worries over spread of coronavirus raised the yellow metal safe haven appeal. Silver prices also gained 35 rupees, settling for 48,130 rupees per kilogram from 48,095 rupees per kilogram on Wednesday. Crude oil futures fell 2.5% to 3,456 rupees per barrel as speculators reduced their positions, tracking weak trend overseas. The Indian rupee settled for the day higher by 3 paise at 71.62 against the US dollar, in line with other Asian currencies held by lower crude oil prices. Today marks the birth anniversary of eminent Marathi poet and playwright Vishnu Vaman Shirvadkar, popularly known as Kusumagaraj, a recipient of Padma Bhushan besides Sahitya Academy Award and Gyanpith for writings on freedom, justice and emancipation of the deprived. Marathi Language Day is being celebrated today in his honor. Kerala's great granny Bhagirathi Amma, who recently won the accolades of Prime Minister Modi in his Mann Ki Baat radio address for clearing 4th level examination at the age of 105, is now said to get her own Aadhaar card. The centenarian woman had scripted history by becoming the oldest equivalency learner. In Manipur, a youth camp on Ek Bharat Shresht Bharat is undergoing in Imphal. The camp is organized by Nehru Yuva Kendra Sangathan Imphal. The youth from Pair State, Madhya Pradesh and Nagaland are participating in the camp. The camp began from 19th February and will continue till the 4th of March. Young IAS officer Aditya Ranjan, in his first posting as a district development officer in the West Singhbhum district of Jharkhand, is improving education and healthcare with his unique initiatives. With his own salary and expenses, he developed the first model Anganwadi center and is also collaborating with the NGOs to make the model Anganwadis more impactful. The brush strokes of legendary artists such as Claude Monet and Auguste Renoir came to life in an immersive art show in Paris. The exhibition at Paris's Atelier des Lumières Gallery, titled Journeys Around the Mediterranean, features around 500 paintings by 20 artists and will open to the public on the 28th of this month. Defense officials in Seoul said that South Korea and the US will postpone joint military drills until further notice amid a growing coronavirus outbreak in South Korea that has now infected soldiers from both the countries. The US military reported its first case of the novel coronavirus in a 23-year-old soldier based in Camp Carroll, about 20 kilometers from Daegu, where most of the country's 1,595 cases have been reported. Iran has seen a significant rise in the number of coronavirus patients, with the death toll reaching 26 amid 245 confirmed cases in the Islamic Republic. The Iran Health Ministry spokesperson said that there could be more cases in the coming days. Pakistan confirmed its first 2 cases of coronavirus in patients who had recently traveled to Iran. One of the infected patients, who tested positive in Karachi, had spent 3 days in the Iranian city of Qom along with a group of 28 pilgrims. Pakistan Health Minister said that the second patient from Islamabad had also returned from Iran. He said that both the cases are being taken care of according to clinical standards, protocols, and both of them are stable. Meanwhile, Pakistan has closed its borders with Iran on Sunday following the outbreak of the coronavirus in its neighboring country. US President Donald Trump announced that the Vice President Mike Pence will be in charge of the US government response to novel coronavirus. The announcement came after the growing criticism of the White House's handling of the outbreak. US President Donald Trump defended the White House's response to the outbreak of coronavirus. He stressed that the administration's ongoing efforts and resources are devoted to combat the virus, and the risk of the virus is very low among Americans. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison said there is every sign the world is about to be gripped by a pandemic of coronavirus. Australia has 23 cases of coronavirus, though there has been no community transmission of the virus. The French Mediterranean city of Nice has preemptively cancelled its planned carnival celebration due to the fears of coronavirus outbreak. The city has cancelled its last major day of carnival due to concerns over spreading coronavirus in Europe. Germany's health minister has said a total number of 5 new cases of coronavirus has been reported in the west and the south of Germany, taking the country's total toll to around 20. Germany's health minister also urged health ministries in Germany's federal states as well as hospitals and employers to review their pandemic planning. He mentioned that the infection chains are partially no longer trackable, and that is a new thing. North Macedonia has confirmed its first case of coronavirus infection in a woman who recently returned home from Italy. The patient was admitted to the infectious disease clinic where she tested positive for the virus. Serbia's president said his country had so far reported no cases of coronavirus but is ready to tackle any outbreak. Brazil confirmed the first case of a fast-spreading new coronavirus in Latin America, diagnosed in a 61-year-old man in Sao Paulo who returned recently from Italy. Brazilian health minister said that the country's tropical climate and the late summer weather could slow the spread of the viral disease. He also revealed that there are 20 suspected cases of the new coronavirus in the country and 12 of them had visited Italy. North Korea has postponed the New Skill term to prevent the spread of the coronavirus as the country ramps up efforts to prevent a devastating outbreak. Pyongyang has not reported a single case of the virus. The Bangladesh High Court has banned two books, Dia Arafan and Nanit Bani, authored by a blogger, the RC Arak, stating that it hurts religious sentiments and infringes individual freedom. Lebanon's much-delayed surge for offshore oil and gas is set to begin from today as the country grapples with an unprecedented financial crisis. Tensions spilled over in Chile as families faced off to police to defend against evictions from their camp homes. Chile's military police forcibly evicted about 50 families residing in a camp near the city of Temuco and used trucks to tear down the houses in southern Chile, which are said to be unauthorized. In Wisconsin, at least 7 people, including the shooter, were killed during a mass shooting of the Milwaukee campus of Molson Coors. The police said they are responding to a critical incident at the Molson Coors headquarters after a man opened fire at the major brewery headquarters. The U.S. House of Representatives overwhelmingly passed the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act, a piece of legislation that finally designates lynching a federal hate crime after more than a century of trying. Only 4 members voted against 3 Republicans and 1 independent. World's nuclear watchdog, the International Atomic Energy Agency, has given its backing to Japanese plans to release contaminated water from the damaged Fukushima nuclear plant into the ocean. Japanese reactors went into meltdown after a huge tsunami in 2011. In France, at least 5 people died in a fire that broke out in a 7-story apartment in the eastern city of Strasbourg. The deceased include 3 men and 2 women. China is planning to dispatch a 100,000-strong army of ducks to help Pakistan combat a massive locust infestation that is being called the worst in 20 years. Hong Kong's riot police officers will begin returning to regular law enforcement duties as violent pro-democracy protests have faded. The announcement came a day after the force was given a 25% bump in its annual budget by the city's pro-Beijing leadership. The National Aeronaval Service of Panama said that the police have seized 5 tons of drugs that were transported aboard a semi-submersible boat in the northwest of the country. The police also arrested 4 Colombians aboard the homemade device. A baby has been rescued alive from devastation of a mudslide in Colombia's eastern region. 2 other people were also found alive from the devastation caused by heavy rain causing the Manco River and the Lake Grande ravine to flow. Malaysian interim leader Mahathir Mohamad said that the parliament will pick a new prime minister after the king failed to establish who has majority support following the collapse of the ruling coalition. Cristiano Ronaldo drew a blank as the Lucas Toussaint goal-handed Lyon a surprise 1-0 win over Juventus in the first leg of the Champions League last 16 tie in France. Midfielders Toussaint netted in the 31st minute to give Lyon a lead to defend when they head to Turin for the return on 17th March. In another last 16 match, Kevin De Bruyne orchestrated a dramatic Manchester City comeback as they stunned Real Madrid 2-1 at the Santiago Bernabeu to put one foot in the Champions League quarterfinals. Real Madrid captain was sent off for preventing Jesus from going clear. The 13-time champions will now have to go to the second leg at the Etihad Stadium without their star defender. David Beckham's quest to launch a Major League Soccer franchise will finally come to fruition when Inter Miami make their competitive debut in a season-opening clash with the Los Angeles FC. India continued their winning run, beating New Zealand by 3 runs in a last-fall thriller of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup. India becomes the first team to enter the World Cup semis with this win. India's Shefali Verma now has the highest strike rate in women's T20 internationals. The 16-year-old opener has scored 438 runs in T20 internationals at a strike rate of 147.9 and is also the youngest Indian to hit an international half century. Captain Nahida Knight hit her first T20 international century as England crushed Thailand by 98 runs in the Women's T20 World Cup at Canberra. Thailand collapsed to 78 for 7 in their 20 overs as they suffered consecutive losses in their global tournament debut. Pakistan opened their T20 World Cup campaign with a comprehensive win against a sloppy West Indies at Manuka Oval in Canberra, only their second win over the opponents in the format. Explosive Australian batsman David Warner reinstated as the captain of the IPL franchise Sunrisers Hyderabad for the upcoming season starting 29th of March. Warner, who had led the Sunrisers to a title win in 2016, takes over from New Zealand skipper Kane Williamson. International Olympic Committee member Dick Pound said that for this year's Tokyo Olympics to be cancelled or postponed over the coronavirus outbreak, the world's health would have to be at stake. Pound said it's not impossible to reschedule an Olympics for a year later. Following the statement of Dick Pound, Sports Minister Kiren Rijiju said he expects this year's Tokyo Olympics to go ahead smoothly despite fears being expressed over the fate of the Games amid the novel coronavirus threat. Two more Olympic qualifying events fell victim to coronavirus when Badminton Games, German Open and the Polish Open has officially been postponed. It hasn't yet been decided whether the German Open, originally scheduled for 3rd to 8th of March, will be postponed or cancelled entirely. A plan to use snow collected in Japan's mountains to cool 2020 Olympics venues this summer is being stymied by snowfalls on track to be the lowest on record. The authorities in Minami Onuma have been trying to collect and store snow to bring by train to Olympic soccer and basketball venues. Dozens of protesters gathered in front of the International Olympic Committee in Lausanne, Switzerland to denounce the danger of the Tokyo 2020 Games due to Fukushima nuclear accident. The protesters met with the IOC officials and asked them to not hold the competitions in Fukushima. Maria Sharapova has announced her retirement from international tennis at the age of 32. The Russian won her first Grand Slam at Wimbledon in 2004 and went on to claim 5 Grand Slam titles during her career. Novak Djokovic marched into the quarterfinals of the Dubai Tennis Championships with victory over Philipp Kohlschreiber. The number 1 seed was untroubled by the German as he progressed 6-3, 6-1. Rafael Nadal booked his place in the Mexican Open quarterfinals after a comfortable 6-2, 7-5 win over Mimir Kachanmancic. The Spaniard will face South Korea's Kwon Soon-woo next for a place in the last 4. Saudi Arabia is preparing to host the world's richest horse race with a purse of $20 million. The event, which takes place at the King Abdulaziz racetrack in Riyadh, is expected to attract up to 10,000 spectators. Ferrari warned again that they expected to be playing catch-up to champions Mercedes from the first race of the season as Formula One testing started its final week. Alfa Romeo reserve Robert Kubica topped the day's timesheets in the Ferrari-powered car. According to a study, some species of moth can absorb as much as 85% of the sound that hunting bats pitch and reflect of the insects to locate them. Scientists are trying to use these biological systems to inspire new solutions to sound insulating technology. A new study has revealed that an overlooked part of the human foot, the transverse arch, may be the key to how the human feet evolved and enabled us to walk and run. The finding may lead to novel designs for prosthetic and robotic legs. A recent study published in the Journal of Applied Psychology revealed that experiencing job insecurity in the form of short-term contracts or casual work over a long period of time may negatively change an individual's personality. The data analyzed by China's lunar rover Yutu-2 sheds new light on the geological evolution of the moon. The new findings show that the lunar surface is essentially made of highly porous granular materials embedding boulders of different sizes. Popular reality TV show Keeping Up with the Kardashians is ready to return for a record 18th season. The show was announced with a sneak peek showing tensions between sisters Kourtney and Khloe Kardashian. 10 years long-running hit television series Modern Family has finished filming the last ever episode, with actor Ariel Winter sharing pictures from the shoot on the social media. Veteran filmmaker Steven Spielberg has vacated the director's chair of the Indiana Jones 5 for the first time in the franchise's history. Disney is now in early negotiations with the director James Mangold, best known for delivering hits like Ford vs. Ferrari and Hugh Jackman's last superhero movie, Logan, to helm the long-awaited film. Actor Courtney Cox says she's excited for the HBO Max Friends reunion, as this will be the first time the cast will sit and reminisce about the incredible experience of working on the iconic sitcom. The makers of Tamil movie Cobra have released a teaser poster showcasing superstar Chyan Vikram as the lead of opposition Nidhi Shetty of the KGF fame. Movie also marks the acting debut of former Indian cricketer Irfan Pathan, much to the excitement of the fans. Actor-singer Ramya Nambasan turns director with the power-packed 3-minute video Unhide, released a week ago on her YouTube channel. The video, with dialogues in Tamil, explains what consent is all about. Actor-turned-politician Union Minister Smriti Irani shared a throwback picture with director Karan Johar and actor Sakshi Tanwar from their appearance on his chat show Coffee with Karan in 2000. Bollywood's Big B, Amitabh Bachchan and superstar Ranbir Kapoor kickstart the final schedule of Ayan Mukherjee's most anticipated project Brahmastra in Mumbai. Actress Alia Bhatt is also likely to join them soon. Actor Jacqueline Fernandez is all set to feature in a music video along with Asim Riaz. The T-series music video will see a popular traditional folk song undergo a contemporary twist, with music director Tanishq Bakshi writing and composing it. Change Chitra is organizing film festivals in Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Chennai and Kolkata in February-March 2020, where 15 documentary films on burning social issues from young novice filmmakers will be showcased. And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of the news. Thanks for being with us.